welcome to our tasting series. I'm Jacqueline, and this is our amazing dream team of winemakers, Jacq Kemp.
Hi there.
And Bradley Cooper.
Hello.
Today we're tasting our 2018 Pink...
No, we're not though.
We're not.
But we're going to jump to the 2019.
It's 2019.
It is. It's our 2019
Pink Freud.
That's it. So really, I suppose the first thing would be is, what is the Pink Freud? Well, it's a rosé, actually made slightly differently to the way Brad would make it.
Yeah, I would make it Saignée, and that's where I take all the grapes that I'm harvesting for perhaps a red wine, and I crush them all, hold them, and then at some point when I think the color's right for rosé, I'll take about 20 or 30% of the juice off, and that'll ferment more or less like a white wine, becomes rosé. What I have left for the red wine is something with far more skin to juice ratio, so I get a richer, deeper color in the red wine. And I get a rosé to enjoy before the red wine's ready.
That's one way to do it. The other way is also just, it's a little bit different. We start it in the vineyard. We grow grapes for rosé production. So the difference really with that is that we're looking for the aromatics from the Merlot grapes, because our 2019 Pink is predominantly Merlot. We keep our grapes covered with leaves to stop the sun hitting the skins of the grapes. And what that does is just, one, it slows down the ripening because it actually keeps it a little bit cooler in the canopy. And that just allows our aromatics to come through while our sugar's slowly ripening behind it. Then they come into the winery, the whole bunches, all bunches with their skins and their seeds and also their stems, and they sit together in 800 kilogram vats for about 7 to 10 days. And as you can see, a beautiful colour comes from that, and then we make it as a white wine. So two different
while
styles.
They sit there,
Yep.
all whole, then is it the weight of the grape itself that crushes the juice out of it?
It actually stays, only the very bottom sort of quarter of the grapes gets a little bit of a squash. It actually stays whole bunch for predominantly the whole time.
Okay.
It just starts fermenting by itself naturally. So we have a natural wild ferment that begins when it's actually cold soaking, and a little bit of what's called carbonic maceration. So the whole berries actually start fermenting, and we get some of those sort of characters coming through from carbonic maceration.
Yeah, yeah, I was there. It happened.
It did. It's a little bit of a harder way to make it because it's really hard to get the grapes out when the whole bunch isn't into the press, but I think it's worth it, especially for the textural components.
Yeah, it definitely is. And that textural component is what I like to call backbone. And I find that a lot of rosés that are made strictly like a white wine end up being a little bit insipid, perhaps, and stuff like that. So you really do have to have that time on the skins to draw out the tannins, and that gives you the kind of texture that you're talking about that makes it a food match that goes, you know, really across the whole spectrum of different flavors that you can enjoy with the rosé.
So it can stand up to more types of food because of that texture.
Including breakfast, in your case.
Or sort of platter of cheeses, and definitely salami, anything with that sort of fatty, even rawish kind of meat sort of flavour it goes really well with this wine. It picks up really well.
Right, well, let's try it out.
Let's do
see
that.
what it's like.
So heaps of colour.
We just bottled this too, a month and a change ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
March 28th.
Wow. It's got a beautiful palate weight there. Just a touch of residual sugar, but the feeling from the actual wine, the grape sweetness or the fruitiness coming from the wine really is holding in the mouth.
Yeah, there's some really nice fresh berry. The acid and sugar balance is right where it wants to be. It's a casual wine, but at the same time, like I mentioned before, the food matching is really universal anywhere you want to put it, just about in the meal.
Yeah, just sitting on the patio right now would be fantastic, enjoying a glass. So, yeah.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.